His MVP. That's one. Right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field, way back there. Gone again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you as we head to the ninth inning. 3-2 ball game, another tight one in Arlington between the Dodgers and the Rangers. The game, mostly the loud noises have been made in the early innings. We had the Rangers taking a 2-0 lead on a big 2-run bomb by Kyle Higashioka. Then we have the Dodgers answer in the top of the fourth inning. It has not been too exciting since then in terms of offense, but great pitching if you like that sort of thing. And we do hear it right on Rangers, but it sure would be nice to see the Texas Bats wake up at some point. Top of the fourth, Freddie Freeman answers with a 2-run bomb. Max Muncy ground rule double after a throwing error by Nate Eovaldi trying to pick off to first base with nobody home. And that's how we got to 3-2. Corey Seager with an opportunity there, not a runners in scoring position opportunity, but Marcus Semien able to reach base with a single. Corey Seager strikes out on a foul tip. Was a nice little quality at bat, I would say. Look, 6 pitches or more, in my opinion. I'm going to call that a quality at bat every time. Foul tip on a slider, and it was a painted slider there from Vesia. You had, look, a full count in that spot, and that slider is right on the outside corner. Definitely not the pitch that Corey is wanting to hack up there, but you got to protect. Corey did it, strike out on that foul tip. And look, Corey unfortunately missed a fastball right down the middle there. It was 92 right down the pipe for Corey. That was, I think, the third pitch of the at-bat. So Corey had his opportunities in this AB, wasn't able to get it done. Corey has had a nice week, 0 for 3 today with a walk, average sitting at 304, OPS at 875. So Corey's definitely seen a nice little resurgence here in this week of baseball against the LA teams, the Angels and the Dodgers. Right now, we've got Jacob Webb in the ball game, and we have Teo Hernandez up to bat. Teo on the day, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Rangers trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. You have Smith, Doley, and you have Jake Berger coming up in the bottom of the ninth inning. You got some pop. Not necessarily guys that are super hot at this point, but you got a little pop. See if the Rangers can do anything as Kirby Yates, former Ranger Kirby Yates, is warming up to come into the ninth inning and break some Rangers' hearts. Look, I know Kirby Yates was out of the price range in terms of the Rangers wanting to stay underneath the luxury tax, but it hurts seeing Kirby coming in to close us out. Hopefully the Rangers can get fortunate and bust through in the bottom of the ninth against Yates, but it hurts. Seeing Kirby Yates close out so many games for us last year, just being so solid, so reliable, it hurts seeing him in Dodger blue coming in to close out the game against us. We got Teo swinging, and now there's 2 outs. Definitely a good start to the inning there. Last thing you wanted is for this to get interesting in the top of the ninth. So Teoscar Hernandez, nice change up there by Jacob Webb. Painted bottom, a little bit out bottom of the zone, though, right on the black there at the bottom. So I absolutely think if we can get out of this without any runs scored, we got a shot. One swing of the bat, you start getting to that 2 or 3 run lead, But one swing of the bat, if you can get to the bottom of the 9th inning, keep it right here. You never know. You never know. I do think, Cowboy fan, a comeback is possible. If this gets to 2 or 3 runs against Kirby Yates, I don't feel awesome. If we can keep it to 1, I'm feeling pretty solid. One swing of the bat can change everything. I just think with Kirby, you got to hope for somebody to get on and then a big fly to tie the game in a 2-3 run ball game. Keep it right here at 1, and I think you got a shot against Kirby. But Rangers fans, we know. I mean, we know it's not easy to score runs off of Kirby Yates as he's pitching right now. Let's get into it, though. Y'all know the drill here, right on Rangers. We cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers, and especially the Rangers during MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. We will be scrolling the comments, YouTube and TikTok as well, Facebook, X, Instagram. We'll check it all out over the course of the live. Just being totally real, Facebook, YouTube, X, and TikTok, probably the best if you want to get into the comment section. Nothing against Instagram. It just doesn't show up as readily in my feed. So you want to make sure your comment gets seen. Head on over to YouTube or TikTok. Those are probably my 2 preferred. Facebook, fine as well, too. All right. Michael Conforto just lined out to Dolly. And so we've got 3 outs, hopefully incoming. 1, 2 down, so 2 outs, nobody on for Will Smith here. Strike 1, nice sweeper, kind of over the middle of the plate. Don't think Smith was looking for that. But Jacob Webb can take us to the bottom of the 9th here without issue. I'm feeling pretty good having 3-4 guys with pretty good power coming up next for Texas. I mean, if anybody gets on, you got Josh Young in the mix, Smith, Garcia, Berger, Young, all those guys have home run potential. Obviously, maybe not as much from Josh Smith, but we know Josh Smith can hit the ball out of the ballpark when it matters. What's good, Eric? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Hey, Caden, yeah, look, I'm trying to be tempered because y'all that have been watching me day in and day out, and God bless you, I appreciate the support. By the way, Will Smith grounds out Josh Smith, nice little PFP to Jacob Webb, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Rangers have a shot here. 3-2, Kirby Yates coming into the ball game, but the Rangers got a shot. Look, I'm trying to be positive. I know that I have been very vocal, and I'm sure I will be at some point in the show, but we all know at this point how terrible the offense is. We know how terrible they are. I don't think I'm going to go off and on forever about the offense today. Maybe some specific players, but it's getting ridiculous with the offense. It really is. Look, I know you've got Sasaki throwing today, Yamamoto throwing yesterday. It would be easy to excuse it. Yeah, we just saw really good pitching. And maybe there is an argument there. Maybe there's an argument to be had there. I would probably feel more strongly about that argument, and I said this last night, if the Rangers had actually been hitting well coming into this series. This is just more of the same to me. I was going back and forth with a couple Dodgers fans after the video I posted today about DeGrom. And it's like, look, at the end of the day, how impressive is it to dominate this Rangers lineup at this point? One of the Dodgers fans I was going back and forth with was making a big deal about Yamamoto last night. And Yamamoto pitched great. I'm not taking anything away from Roki or Yamamoto. I think Roki today, fortunate, the Rangers had a few atom balls that were just right at people today. And that's how baseball goes sometimes. It totally is. But Roki pitched well today. No disrespect to Roki or Yamamoto, but how impressive is it to dominate this Rangers lineup at this point? I would submit to you, it's not that impressive at this point. Rangers down 3-2 right now. I'm seeing some of y'all wanting a score update. Rangers down 3-2. One day when this show gets to a bigger level, and I am hoping that is sooner rather than later, one day maybe I can do the live stream and get the game going on. But until that day, y'all are just going to have to watch the game yourselves at home, wherever you're watching. Maybe I can get a little audio of the game. But at this point, we'll finish it out on a good note. Hopefully, Rangers are able to do something here against Kirby Yates. I mean, you've got some lefties coming up. You got Smith coming up, then Dolly, Jock Peterson. I saw him and then quickly realized he's been subbed out of the game for Jake Berger. Jock Peterson, by the way, 0 for 38. The club record for most at-bats, I posted this during the game, club record for most at-bats without a hit is 39, and that mark was set by Justin Foscue last year in 2024. I think I had purged that out of my memory, Justin Foscue going 0 for 39. And that was another guy we just continued to give ABs to, despite him looking absolutely lost, as Josh Smith goes down 0-2 quickly to Kirby Yates. Nice and little nasty splitter there on pitch number 2. So Josh Smith in a quick hole. So Jock Peterson is at 0 for 38 right now. He is 2 hitless at-bats away from setting the club record. I think that is a pretty dubious mark in your first month as a Texas Ranger. You're going to go ahead and set the club record for most ABs without a hit. It would be 40. 40 would be the new mark. 39 is what Foscue achieved, and then he finally broke through. We'll see if Jock can avoid making Rangers history in less than 3 weeks with the club. Obviously, he was signed a couple months ago, but y'all know what I mean. Foul again. Josh Smith fouling off another splitter. Nasty, nasty stuff from Kirby Yates so far, and it's only been 3 pitches. Josh Smith doing a nice job staying alive. We'll continue to give you all the updates as we go. Man, I would love to see a Rangers comeback right here. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, y'all. Jock does deserve a hit. He's had some good contact here and there, but I will say there's been other times Jock has just looked lost. Please give Berger back to us. I think a lot of Rangers fans might say take him at this point, especially in the heat of the moment tonight. Don't give up on Jock. I don't think I've given up on Jock, but I'm just not feeling great about him hitting anywhere in the top 5 right now. Did we have a Cal Raleigh comp last show? I don't know if we had a Cal Raleigh comp. Literally every time I'm on, I get the Cal Raleigh comp. I don't know if I got it last night, though. Somebody was slacking. Like, seriously, somebody was slacking. We keep going. Yeah, they did sub Jock. I thought he was in, but they did sub him out. Yup. All right, y'all. Let me get on YouTube comments a little bit here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see here. Man, the offense, man. Y'all are going in hard on the offense. I can't believe it. That home run robbery by Pajes on Seager. I mean, that definitely was a huge moment in the game. Speaking of huge moments, Josh Smith with a nice double to left field. Little Oppo double. So Rangers have life here. Rangers have some life here, y'all. Josh Smith clutches up 97 mile an hour off the bat, double to left field. Rangers need to manufacture a run here. I don't think this is the best guy to do it, Adolis Garcia, but look, ideally, you get this guy to third base right now. You have got to be able to score this run and tie this up. You've got a leadoff double. Nobody's out. This is totally within reach, but you've got to play good situational baseball. Rangers not awesome at it. Doesn't mean it can't happen today. You've got 2 outs, nobody on. Two outs. Two bagger. My goodness, I'm losing my mind with this terrible offensive play. Just thinking about it. You got a runner on second and no out. You got to score this run. Let me keep it simple. LSU, baby. Josh Smith. Yes, sir. Dolly just whiffed on a nasty splitter. Really shouldn't have swung at it. But look, it was filthy from Kirby Yates. Below the strike zone. Dolly's going to take a little time out here and think about this one. Yeah, keep going. John Smoltz said during the game that only 8% of Corey Seager's at-bats have had runners on base. It's terrible, man. I mean, Corey has like 3 RBI on the year, and that's your 2-hole hitter. It's ridiculous. And that is why I'm a big fan of moving Corey Seager 1 spot back in the lineup. You can't expect Corey Seager to have tons of RBI opportunities when he's got Simeon, Taveras, and look, no disrespect to Higgy, Higgy had a nice game today, but I don't love 8-9-1 counted on to give Corey Seager an opportunity. Adolis Garcia. Adolis Garcia. Did he just do it? Yes. Let's go. Rangers, baby. Adolis Garcia with the walk-off bomb to left center field. Kirby Yates, welcome home. Welcome home, Kirby. Let's go. Woo! Man, I love it when I get on the live and the Rangers do this. I love it, man. We have seen a couple of walk-offs together. Some of my OGs, y'all have seen a couple of walk-offs with me before. This is right up there. Dude, this is right up there. Some of the best ever that I've seen on a live, calling the game play-by-play with y'all. Let's go, Adolis. My goodness, we needed that. We needed that so bad. I can this please be a turning point in the season? Please. Adolis Garcia, game-winning bomb. Woo! I love it, man. I love it. Against the Dodgers, against Kirby Yates. You can't get better than that right there. Oh, my goodness. 106 miles an hour off the bat. What was Kirby doing there? You just got Adolis Garcia on a freaking filthy splitter below the zone, and you come back fastball middle over the plate? What are you doing, Kirby Yates? You could have thrown that splitter about 3 more times, and Dolly would have whiffed on it every single time. I have no clue why Kirby Yates and Will Smith decide to throw him a fastball middle over the plate right after getting him on a filthy splitter down low. That makes 0 sense to me. Can't follow that logic at all, but I absolutely am here for it. Thank you for throwing Adolis Garcia a meaty freaking fastball over the middle of the plate. Thank you. Dolly's freaking spit on that thing, man. My goodness, 106 off the bat. Rangers win this one 4-3. Thank you, Kirby. That had to have been Kirby gifting us one. Look, I know we're exaggerating a little bit here, but Kirby, that was a gift, brother. That was a straight up gift. I have no clue. I am flabbergasted. Whatever word you want to throw in the blank. Why did they throw him that pitch? Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Fastball right over the middle of the plate, 94 mile an hour, and Adolis did not miss. Oh, can this please be a galvanizing moment for this offense? Please. Can we please get on a roll now? I know we only scored 4 runs today. I'm saying this. The offense did not play great today, and you had a lot of zeros. I mean, you had Seager 0 for 3, Peterson, Berg, Young, Harris, Tavares. There were lots of offers today. I did feel like the Rangers had some solid hits against Roki that just were not getting into the green grass or getting over the fence. If you're Corey Seager, what a robbery by Andy Pajes earlier in the game. But it felt like the Rangers actually were seeing Sasaki pretty well. His off speed is nasty, and there were plenty of strikeouts today. Rangers struck out actually not too bad, 7 times. Nobody struck out more than once. But Roki was solid today. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect or say that he wasn't good. He was. But I did feel like some solid contact from Rangers bats, just not getting rewarded. Look, I wasn't shocked. It's more of the same. This Texas offense has not been in a great rhythm. But could this please be the thing that propels them forward? My freaking goodness. I can't even believe what I just saw. Y'all, I'm sorry if the connection goes bad. I got to watch this home run again right now. Sometimes when I play video, let's see this real quick. Kirby, man. Kirby, head down. Oh, my goodness. Just soaking it in right now, y'all watching the replay. Oh, he's hyped, man. He is freaking hyped. Love it. Oh, that feels good. I could watch that a million more times, man. Inject that straight into my veins. Dolly was hyped. Rushing around the bases, man. Hyped. I love it. 6-0 in one-run games, Gio. 6-0 in one-run games. You can't figure that is going to last, but, I'll take it. I'll take it. Dodgers fans have got to be stunned. John, I appreciate the comment, man. Good to see you, brother. You've got to be stunned as a Dodgers fan. I think that's about the least thing anybody expected against Kirby Yates. I was not thinking Dolly walk-off bomb. If you guys were, more credit to you. I got to be totally real. The last thing I was thinking right there was Adolis is about to end this thing. I am glad to be wrong. I am so glad that the exact opposite of what I thought was going to happen. Honestly, when he whiffed on that splitter down low, I thought to myself, they're going to throw that pitch to him like 2 more times and get him striking out. That was my first thought after watching him whiff on that splitty. Filthy splitter by Kirby Yates. And I've said that a few times, but I'm just shocked that they decided to go away from that splitter. Shocked. I can't believe Kirby Yates blew a save. I cannot believe it. Looked like just a really balanced approach to there in that pitch. I would love to hear the post game from him. Like, dude, were you expecting that? I mean, look, it's not 100-mile-an-hour heat from Kirby. So even if you're not totally expecting the heat, you can catch up to something like that. You know, the dude still pulled it. So I got to think he was sitting on, they're going to challenge me right here with the fastball. They're going to try and mix it up a little bit. They went splitty. They went off speed. Dolis must have been sitting on that. I would love to hear the post-game presser or the post-game interview. What were you sitting on? I just don't even understand the pitch call there. Rangers win. Yes, sir. Love it. 6-0 in one-run games. Let's go. Jacob Webb did look good. Look, tonight you got to give some love to the bullpen. Tonight is going to be about Dolis. It's going to be about Adolis Garcia 100%. But look, you had Robert Garcia come in and went 1 scoreless. Leody Taveras, my goodness, put a tent on the freaking circus out there in center field. I'm not trying to get too negative after I just saw a walk-off, but I'm glad that the missed catch by Leody did not come back to bite us there. It almost did. Robert Garcia got the backwards K there to end the 7th inning. And then Jacob Webb going 2 strong innings, no base runners, 1 strikeout. Got to give a lot of love to Jacob Webb and Robert Garcia. And look, Nate Eovaldi pitched a quality start today. It was a quality start for Evo. Look, if I'm being picky, he's struggling to get the shutdown inning. I feel like this is like maybe 50-50 is where we're at with him in shutdown innings. I wish that they tracked that stat a little bit easier. I'm sure I could find it in Baseball Ref or something obscure, but feels like Evo is about a 50-50 shot to get a shutdown inning right now. You would have just loved for him to come out in the top of the 4th and throw up the 0. It's so huge for momentum. And Evo not able to do it. In fact, gives up the lead, throwing error, trying to pick off. Nobody's home. Evo beyond that, though, 7 Ks. Evo pitched, I think, a really strong game. I'm not going to call it a gem, but it's a quality start. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs or less. It's a quality start. It's pitching good enough to win the ball game. So a lot of credit, though, to the pitching, especially the bullpen guys. This is the stuff that I've always complained about with Texas. And I know that they were throwing some of their horses today, like Garcia, but you just don't have guys, I've complained about this, that can pitch in a deficit and keep the game close. I feel like last year that 3-2 lead would have been 4-2, 5-2 by the time we were hitting in the 9th, just because we didn't have consistent pitchers in the pen that could keep a lead right where it was. It was so huge from Jacob Webb to keep that lead at a 1-run deficit. And it's for this reason. Josh Smith, Kirby Yates doesn't even record an out. I mean, things that I would never have bet on or predicted. Kirby Yates doesn't even record an out with a 1-run lead. Wow. I'm blown away right now. I'm still beside myself. Good game to watch. Were you at it? Kirby got us one. Cripple King. That's one of the golden comments of the night. Kirby got us one. Thank you, Kirby. Yeah, Trey, absolutely. Good game. Dodgers, Rangers, this has been a really good series. I mean, look, there's no Shohei, so maybe we take it with a small grain of salt. Shohei Ohtani is a huge difference maker in a lineup, so we take it as Rangers fans. But this has been a pretty entertaining series. The pitching's been great. The games have been close. I know that last night's game got away from the Rangers a little bit at the end, but every game has been close. It has been a great series. I do feel like, with Shohei out, it's been better for the Rangers, obviously. If Shohei was playing this series, I don't know how it would change it, but I'd imagine the Dodgers would probably be scoring a few more runs. Look, both starters pitched well. Roki, obviously, tonight, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Almost identical to what Nate Eovaldi did. Evo had a few more strikeouts. Roki did struggle with control, walked 3 batters. I don't think Evo walked any. No, he didn't. Just checking the box score now. So, look, both starters to me were lights out. I know technically Evo gives up 3 runs to Roki's 2. I mean, both 2 earned runs. I know Evo's unearned run is his own fault, but great pitching tonight, honestly. Once our offense gets going, we'll be the best team in the AL. Lucas, that to me is the potential. I do think the Rangers can be one of the best teams in baseball if this offense can get going. I haven't seen it yet. I love what I saw from Adolis Garcia tonight and Josh Smith. Look, Josh Smith, Adolis is going to get all the love. Can we give some love to Josh Smith? The dude is literally fingerprints all over every single time we win late like this. Like he did it a couple weeks ago, like multiple times, starting off the 9th inning with the hit. Tonight he does it again. It feels like Josh Smith is always in the middle of these wins like this. How huge was it to have Josh Smith back in the lineup hitting 3-hole? Phenomenal. Look, you see what happens when we actually have a good hitter hitting in the 3-hole? Things go well. Can you imagine Jock Peterson leading off this inning? I mean, and I know it comes off as hate to Jock, but we just got to call a spade a spade. It's not going well for Jock right now. There's no reason he needs to be hitting 3rd. So you see what the difference is when you've got a legitimate 3-hole hitter. I mean, this inning goes completely different if Josh Smith doesn't get on base. You get that first runner on against a closer, it's huge. If the first runner can reach against a closer, it is absolutely huge. Dom, you only caught the first end of the very end of the game. Perfect time to tune in. Vesia should have finished the game. Look, I would only agree from the perspective of Josh Smith coming up, and you've got the lefty. Isn't Vesia a lefty? So maybe from that perspective. But, it's tough with closers. A lot of closers like to have clean base paths when they come on. If Josh Smith is able to reach against Vesia, then you've got a situation where Kirby Yates is coming in with guys on. It's not super ideal for closers. A lot of them like to have a clean, fresh start to the inning. So I get it. Gary, totally with you. Got to sit Jock. Josh Smith is the MVP of the season so far. Corey Seager is heating up a little bit, but Josh Smith, definitely MVP of the Rangers season. We were saying the same thing last year, honestly, weren't we? I remember saying so many times last year, where would we be without Josh Smith? I mean, dude is hitting 341 right now with a 950 OPS. Where would we be without Jay Smith right now? Jock does have to be sat. I got to agree. For me, Jock, you got to give him the day off tomorrow. And look, I appreciate everything that Rangers Nation, Rangers Savant were trying to do. It didn't sound like the Jock chant got going. Anybody at the game, it didn't feel like on TV the Jock chant, standing O thing ever really got going. Look, I appreciate the idea. I don't know in hindsight. In hindsight, there's always the benefit, right? But Dodgers series, a lot of Dodgers fans in the house. I don't know if this was maybe the best game to do the Jock chant, but I love the sentiment and I love the idea. And I think they should keep trying it. But it didn't sound like it ever really got moving. Yeah, Dodgers fans were out there in full force, it seemed like. It felt like kind of a 50-50 crowd, honestly. Maybe slightly more Rangers fans. Yeah, Gary, I'm kind of with you. There were too many Dodgers fans. It just didn't feel like it was ever going to totally get off the ground. I appreciate the chant they were trying to do, what they were trying to do for Jock, but yeah, I just don't know if it was the right time. I like Dustin Harris as well. I think Dustin needs to stay in. Look, he worked a great walk earlier in the game, was 0 for 2 with the run scored in a walk, still hitting 353 with a 1036 OPS. And Dustin Harris is doing this against really good pitching. Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto. I mean, we're not talking about him doing this against 4th and 5th starters. We're talking about him doing this against front-end talent. So to me, Dustin Harris, there's no other option but to have Dustin Harris playing left field or playing center field. And you cannot have Leody Taveras playing over Dustin Harris right now. That would be criminal. Dustin Harris has to stay in the lineup. I don't care how you do it. Clearly, Josh Smith does too. My idea would be you have Josh Smith DH, or you have Josh Smith play anywhere in the infield, or you can play him in the outfield if needed. But Josh Smith and Dustin Harris need to play every day right now. I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't be. Jock Peterson, I think you got to sit him tomorrow. And if you get more good play from Dustin Harris, from Josh Smith, if you get more good play from him, I think you got to consider maybe you sit Jock for a series. I don't think that it's going to be something that sticks because you're paying Jock too much money. But I would like to see Jock just get a series off. Just take a series off, bro. You don't have to sit him forever, and you're not going to with how much you're paying him. All my people that are saying DFA, Jock, send him down to AAA, it ain't happening. He's not going down to AAA. You're paying him way too much money to send him to AAA or DFA him. I know that that's what we want to do in these frustrating, crazy times. You absolutely should be hitting him 7th or lower, and you should potentially think about sitting him for a series. You're not going to get much better than that if you're not on the Jock Peterson train. Is it time to move Josh top of the lineup? For me, when Wyatt comes back, I'd like to see Wyatt hitting 1st or 2nd. I would love to see Wyatt Langford leading off. I would love to see him in the 2-hole. I would love to see Josh Smith leading off for hitting 2-hole and Corey Seager hitting 3rd. That would be my dream, is you have in any order Josh Smith, Wyatt Langford at the top of the order. Then you've got Corey Seager hitting behind both of those guys. I think you put Dolly right behind Corey. Maybe there's still some teams that, and I think there would be, if I'm an opposing coach, I'd rather pitch to Dolly than Corey Seager. But I think Dolly is an obvious guy to protect Corey Seager in the 4-hole. And then you have maybe Marcus Semien, or you have Josh Young 5th, 6th. And the rest of the order flows down from there. I'm not a big fan of Corey Seager hitting 2nd. And the reason I'm not a big fan is the exact thing that we were talking about earlier. Corey Seager does not get enough opportunities for RBI situations hitting 2nd. So I get the math with eventually he's going to get more ABs hitting 2nd versus 3rd. I don't think that it outweighs the potential from the 3 spot that he has to get more RBI opportunities. So I'm just not going to be convinced that the 2-hole is the best spot for Corey Seager. he does not get enough opportunities to drive in runs. He doesn't. Y'all, he has 3 RBI. Seager has 3 RBI right now. Is that right? He didn't get one today either. Like, Corey Seager has less than 5 RBI. If I don't have the exact number, forgive me. There's no reason he needs to continue to hit second. Samuel, totally disagree. Second is not the new third. I know it was a trend to hit your best hitter second. I'm not sold on it. And I think the reality is right now, Corey Seager hitting second is hurting the team. You're not getting RBI situations for your best hitter. That's the whole point. And right now you've got 8, 9, and 1 as the guys responsible to get on base before Corey Seager. Thankfully, you've got Higgy hitting well from the 8 spot, but hitting Leote 9 and then Marcus Semien hitting 1. Simi did have a hit today, averages up to 147. I don't love Taveras and Semien hitting in front of Corey Seager. I'm not going to be convinced that the 2-hole is the best spot for Corey. Hey, good game. All y'all Dodgers fans hanging out, good game. It's been a great series. I am going to be locked into the game tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens in tomorrow's game. Who do we got going? Malley? We got Malley going. Another great pitcher. I told y'all it's a 3-headed monster at this point. And Glasnow is going for LA. Man, we don't even get Sunday Night Baseball. Dodgers, Rangers. The last 2 World Series champs, we can't even get a Sunday Night Baseball. Who's Sunday Night Baseball? Padres, Astros? Come on now. Padres, Astros, or Dodgers, Rangers? I don't know. Without Shohei, I guess maybe it makes sense. Nevertheless, look, Glasnow Malley is going to be another great matchup. Tyler Malley is freaking dealing right now. Glasnow looks like 4.85 ERA. He is a great pitcher. So regardless of the ERA, I'm not going to sit around and pretend like the numbers tell the whole story there. They don't. But last time out against the Cubs, Glasnow, quality start, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks. Got roughed up a little bit against the Phillies. Looked good against the Braves. So he's had basically 1 bad start and 2 really good starts. Glasnow is going to be tough, no doubt. When is Wyatt Goatford back? That's a good one. Wyatt Goatford. He is back tomorrow, I believe. I thought he was going to be back today. But, whatever. They get the win. Could have used Wyatt Langford today, honestly. Am I right? Like, we could have used that bat in the lineup today. Thank goodness for Adolis Garcia. But I absolutely think that tomorrow you've got kind of the full scope. I don't think you're going to see Jock Peterson tomorrow. Pre-game, I think Bochy basically was saying to the reporters he'd like to give Jock a day when Wyatt returns. So you're not going to have Jock Peterson in the lineup tomorrow. You're going to have, I think, a pretty good-looking lineup. If Corey Seager is out, I don't know. I don't think he'll be out tomorrow. I've got to think Siegs against his former team is going to play every day. And the Rangers having a day off tomorrow, although sometimes they do the double day off thing. So I don't even think the fact that we don't play on Monday means that we're not going to see some guys get the day off. I think Corey could absolutely get the day off tomorrow. Maybe because he's playing his former team, he won't want to go out. But I could absolutely see the Rangers saying, let's give Corey Seager 2 days off and not play him tomorrow. Bradford and Gray, Randy, what's good, man? By the way, thanks for tuning in. Bradford and Gray aren't back till like June. They're not back for a while. I'm curious to see what the Rangers do when Leiter comes back next week. I think you've got to consider going 6-man rotation. I know that there's pros and cons to that. We've talked about him on the show. Corbin, I like what I'm seeing from Patrick Corbin. I don't know if I want to relegate him to the bullpen at this point. And would it really be a bad thing to give Jacob deGrom, Nate Eovaldi a little bit more time in between starts? I know our former beloved Japanese pitcher, Yu Darvish, he talked about his experience in the NPL over in Japan. They do the 6-man rotation a ton over there. And he basically, I remember an interview he did, made the point it's better for the health of the starting pitchers. Now, look, it does, I think, put a little bit more of a tax on your bullpen, but I would be very tempted to go 6-man rotation. I don't think we're going to do it, if I'm just being real. If I had to bet on it, had to say it today, what are they going to do? I don't think they're going to do it. I'm just saying I would be tempted to. Yeah, spots start every now and then. That probably is what they're going to do. Appreciate the comment, bro. Thank you. Zach, what's good, man? Let's go. Rangers win. I don't like Leote in the lineup. Edgar, I don't either. Thanks for the comment, man. I don't think a lot of Rangers fans love Leote in the lineup. I do not think that is the case at all. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Jacob, still hanging out. Thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate you. Rangers Cubs World Series. That is a prediction I have not heard yet. Rangers Cubs World Series. Okay. I can work with that. I can absolutely work with that. Rangers Cubs World Series. I agree with your lineup, Gary says, but would put Young behind Seager in the 3-hole. I'm not going to complain about that. I think 1, 2, 3 is most important to me. Josh Smith, Wyatt Langford in any order. I think either one of those dudes could lead off, and it wouldn't be an issue. Corey Seager hits third. I really don't care who's 4 or 5. You want to go Josh Young 4, Doley 5. That's fine with me. I think prisoner of the moment, maybe Gary, with Doley just hitting the walk-off. I'm like, yeah, he could hit 4th. Go ahead. But I honestly think Josh Young is a guy that could hit cleanup as well. I think he is a great hitter too. I think you go Simi 6th. You go maybe Berger or Jock Peterson 7th, 8th. Look, we already talked about Jock. They're not DFAing him. They're not sending him to AAA. They're not benching him eternally. So he's going to be back in the lineup at some point. And when he is, I think you got to go Jock at maybe 7th, maybe 8th. Dustin Harris, to me, needs to be in one of those spots as well. Maybe you hit Dustin Harris 9th. I would actually love Dustin Harris 9th because he gives you a good at bat. Like I made the comment during the game, who is seeing the ball better? Who is having better at bats right now than Dustin Harris? I feel like every at bat Dustin Harris has, it feels like you're watching 2023 Evan Carter. Like the at bats are very high quality right now. He worked a couple of really, really solid counts against Roki Sasaki. I know he struck out one time, worked the walk one time. I would love to just go ahead and replace Dustin Harris, replace Leote Taveras with Dustin Harris at this point. Have Dustin hit 9. It would be a beautiful thing. Dodgers Rangers World Series, we'll see. Okay. Higgy was on fire today, no doubt. No doubt. We keep going. I'll catch up on comments. Agree about Dustin. You got to have Dustin, I think, in the lineup at this point. He's seeing the ball too well right now. I know he didn't have any hits today, but did a really nice job working a walk against Roki Sasaki. I just love his approach, and I think that's what you want for a second leadoff hitter in the 9-hole. Ethan, appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, look, I know what y'all are saying about, like, you're paying him anyways. Why not just bench him? I think they are going to bench him for maybe a series. Definitely, I think he's going to sit tomorrow. But I would not be shocked. Maybe he sits out a series, but it becomes an ego thing. I've talked about this a number of times. When these GMs, when the front office goes out and spends big money on a player, they are not going to easily just throw in the towel and want to sit him. And you know, Fenstermaker, Chris Young are working with Bruce Bochy on how to manage all this. I'm sure they give Bruce Bochy a lot to work with. They give him a lot of leeway, but they are absolutely talking about what to do with Jock Peterson. And they're going to continue to play him, guys. They're not going to be benching Jock. I get the argument. And the argument is you're paying him anyways. What does it matter if you play him or not? Ego is what matters. And maybe some of y'all are saying you got to put it aside. But look, if you invest that much money, you're not throwing it away after 2 weeks. It's just the reality. Heartbreaking game for the Dodgers. Rangers fans are here for it, though. Zach, I'm with you. The comment was, I can't believe how good Josh Smith has turned out to be. Wow. I did not imagine the Joey Gallo trade working out this well for the Rangers. Joey Gallo, thank you. We all need to be thanking him because Joey Gallo got us Josh Smith. Think he got us Ezekiel Duran too, right? Thank you, Joey Gallo. Thank you for that trade. Never thought that Josh Smith was going to be this good either. Gary's question, at what point is the hitting coach coming under fire? I go back and forth about this. On one hand, I do think hitting coaches make a big difference, and I think coaches in general make a difference. I've said that when Bruce Bochy won us the World Series. And look, obviously, y'all know what I'm saying. There's clearly a lot that goes into winning a World Series, the coaches and everything. But when we won the World Series with Bruce Bochy, I don't think there's anybody that denied that he was a difference. He was a difference maker. So I do think that hitting coaches make a difference. Ultimately, it's the guys who have the bat in their hands during the 9 innings of play in a game that have to get the hit. So I go back and forth. You probably need to keep the onus on the players. I do think if the struggles continue, it's naturally going to go to the hitting coach. I'm sure I've already seen Rangers fans getting upset with the hitting coaches. And I think for me, it's year one, guys are making adjustments. I think I have a little bit of a longer leash for the hitting coach. Some of these guys, though, that have struggled since last year, I don't have a long leash for that. Like, you've been struggling. New hitting coach or not, whatever. You got to start hitting. So I'll give a little bit more slack for the hitting coaches at this point. Yeah, it has been a little frustrating earlier in the season, totally. Absolutely. Brandon, appreciate the follow, by the way. Appreciate that follow, man. Yeah, we do need hits with people on bases. Rudy Jaramillo, I totally remember Rudy Jaramillo. That's a while back. Look, I think that the connection right now with Veal was the Giants Bochy connection, right? That was my understanding. So, look, the Giants, consider their past couple of years with Veal. I don't think that they were killing it tops of the league, but I think they probably did better than us last year. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm not ready to throw in the towel on the hitting coaches yet. Randy, I am with you. I really do hope that today is the spark. I really do hope that. Zach, either one. I definitely prefer TikTok or YouTube. If y'all want to watch on Facebook, totally cool too. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me, but TikTok or YouTube, probably the two best ones. So y'all decide whatever works better for you. Whatever works best. Keep going. Let's see. Austin, what's good, man? Adolis is getting hot now. Probably going to carry the team. I hope so. Somebody needs to carry the team besides Josh Smith. Clyde, what's good? Clyde's question is Adolis' 50 bombs still in play? Is Adolis still going to hit 50 homers? I would say no. If I'm betting on it today, and I'm not trying to be a pessimist or negative, but no, I don't think Dolly's getting to 50. I would love if he got to 40. I don't think Dolly is getting to 50. Y'all let me know if you disagree. I don't think Dolis is getting to 50. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Big D51, appreciate the gift, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Very generous of you, sir. Thank you. Gary, this is therapy, isn't it? This is a big reason why I started doing this to begin with. I would get so heated after some of these games, win or loss, right? I would get fired up after some awesome wins like this one and fired up after some like epic failure losses. And I'm like, I got to have some place to vent this out. And I'd always wanted to kind of start a show like this. And I wanted to be able to connect with fellow diehards of the Texas Rangers And here we are. So I totally agree. 100% these lives are therapy for me as well. Keep going. I appreciate that, man. Those of y'all that are regulars, you don't know how much I'm grateful for you and appreciate you. Like, I've always looked, and here was another thing too with starting this channel. I would always get online and I would look for, is there anybody doing a show like this? Like, I know Jared Sandler, who I love. If y'all don't follow Jared, one of the radio voices for the Rangers, I know he's on RSN TV now too, on Rangers Sports Network. I think Jared's awesome. He'll hop on every once in a while and do a live where he's on for like 30, 40 minutes and he's taking questions. I'll hop on there sometimes. I love what Jared does. I think he puts out great content. But beyond that, I really didn't see a lot of people doing this kind of discussion format. Clearly, you guys know I can go off for minutes at a time on different topics, but I couldn't find a show that you would actually get the interaction. So I've really tried to do a nice job with that. We keep going. Harris needs to be in center. Look, I think you could play Wyatt in center. You could play Langford. Langford there. You could also easily play Harris there as well. I think that would be absolutely an option. 100%. Keep going. If they ever trade Smith, Sam says we boycott. Yup. Please, no more crazy trades. There's no reason that the DFW fandom in general needs to have to go through another bad trade anytime soon. Please. The Luka trade was enough. Do not make any trades of players that we love anymore. Please. It is nice to have the position problems. I totally agree. I don't think it's that tough of a decision right now. I think you've got to go Dustin Harris in left or center, Wyatt obviously in left or center. Josh Smith has to play. And Leote and Pilar, I think, are going to be odd men out. I don't think there's any reason to continue to play Pilar or Leote with any consistency. Like spots here and there, but I don't think there is any reason you need Pilar or Leote getting starts. Maybe once a week, twice a week at the most. I don't want to see those guys taking ABs away from Dustin Harris. I want to see what we have in Dustin Harris. I'm so glad they're giving him a look right now. I want to see what we've got. Give him a week, give him 2 weeks of starting every day. And I know that even is not enough, but let him have an extended runway here where you just get to see what he does over 2-3 weeks time. And I love this point. Appreciate you, by the way. Comment says Harris at first or DH since Berger and Peterson are struggling. I love that you have the opportunity now. You can play Harris at first base if you need to. Like if Berger is going to continue to scuffle, you can absolutely, I think, play Harris and get away with it when there's a righty. If you want to allow Berger to hit against lefties, sure, I get it, lefty-righty matchup. But if Berger's still struggling, 100%, go ahead and throw Harris at first base. He's played first base in the minor leagues. I absolutely think that would be a wise move. JJL, what's good? Yes, sir. This is one of my favorite hats. One of my favorite hats by far. 100%. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. Rolando, what's good? Thanks for hanging out. Question is, for those of us that are hanging out, how long have you been a Rangers fan? Rolando says 95 to 96 for him. I'm right about turn of the century. Like 2000-ish. I would say probably, if I'm being real technical, like think 97, 98, kind of those times. But look, it was absolutely, it's coming up on 30 years for sure for me for being a Rangers fan. Like it's getting real close. If it's not quite 30, it's about at that point. A lot of y'all since Arlington Stadium in the 80s, John Lovett. Since the Pudge days, do you think we'll see Evan Carter in the lineup this season? I'm going to go yes on Evan Carter in the lineup this season. I'm going to go yes. I know that might seem like a long shot with how the lineup is forming right now, but I'm going to go yes on Evan Carter. We'll see. Keep going. Born a Rangers fan, so about 27 years now. Keegan, what's good, man? Yep, that's about me too. 27, 28. Look, like I think I've told y'all, wasn't a lifelong, like from birth Rangers fan. Grew up, I was born in St. Louis, real small when I moved to Texas, and I've just been a fan probably since elementary school days ever since. So, look, I'm going on pretty close to 30 years, I'd say, at this point. 82, Brad. What's up, man? That's awesome. 1990 for you, Gary. Sweet. It's fun. It's fun. Somebody says we don't deserve Jacob deGrom. Okay. The Mets didn't either. Let me guess. Is it the Dodgers that deserve Jacob deGrom? Oh, man. Sorry, y'all. Rangers won the World Series, and these Dodgers haters calling us lucky. It is a little ironic. I mean, I know the Dodgers won last year. I mean, they had to spend like $1 billion to win the World Series last year, but it is a little funny. And I know that not every Dodgers fan is like this. And I think you guys know how I roll. I'm not, we talked about this last night. I'm not Mr. Trash Talk here on the show. Like I will a little bit if it's the Astros, but I think y'all know. I mean, I'm not trying to do that the entire show. Like I'm trying to get the questions, get to y'all's comments. We're trying to make good, solid points here as best we can. We're not trying to sit on here and just hot takes and trash talk for an hour. But the Dodgers fans that tell me that we were lucky to win the World Series, simultaneously claiming the COVID World Series, I don't know. I'm actually probably a little bit more on the fence about 2020. Like, I get it. Everybody had the same circumstances, but you played a super short season. It wasn't 162 games. It wasn't away, home. You played at Globe Life Field for the World Series. I don't know. I think it's kind of rich, Dodgers fans that are telling me that it was a lucky 2023 year. I think you can make the argument 2020 was pretty lucky for the Dodgers too. Keep going. Brad, appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Look, I said the 2024 World Series, definitely legit. My quip was you had to spend about $1 billion to make it happen, but they did it. They're allowed to do it. It's within the rules. Every team could be doing it, theoretically, even though not every team has the amount of money in deep pockets that the Dodgers do. But 2024 was absolutely a legit World Series. And I'm kind of with Rolando. Like, call it whatever you want. We won in a full season, playing on the road in every series, having no home field advantage. Seriously, look. Oh, never mind. World Series, we did have the home field advantage. Didn't need it, but we had it. So, correction on that. Keep going. I'm a Dodger fan and would never say that. It's baseball. The real ones know how the sport is. Hey, like I said, I'm not trying to start anything, but for the people that call 2023 lucky, I will clap back a little bit with a few counterpoints. But for me, if you're not going off thinking that the 2023 season is lucky, I'm not sitting around trying to pick apart anybody else's championships. Any team that does win the World Series spends the most money. Look, Rangers spent a lot of money to win their World Series. Don't get it the wrong way. Like Semien, Seager, those were huge contracts. The Rangers spent a lot of money to win their World Series. That is how baseball goes. 100%. 2023 was well earned, Marcus. I'm with you. Corey Seager was otherworldly is the best way I could put it in that 2023 run. That's why I don't think for my intro, and I know some of y'all on TikTok don't get to see the intro. That's why on YouTube, for all y'all that watch on Facebook and X, that's why my intro video is probably always going to be Corey Seager. Every home run from the 2023 postseason from Corey Seager. I just can't bring myself to change it. It's probably going to be 10 years from now, and I'll still have that Corey Seager montage. In fact, if I'm still going with this 10 years from now, which I plan to be, I would like to make an even sicker edit mixtape for Corey Seager's 2023. And hopefully we can add in some other postseason runs as well. That would be the plan. But I just can't bring myself to do anything different than every single Corey Seager 2023 postseason home run as my intro video. Yeah, Gary, I'm with you. Nobody went 11-0 undefeated on the road. Nobody. Really impressive. I don't think that record is ever going to be broken. I mean, look, maybe it will be 11-0 on the road. I just can't see that ever being broken. I mean, the only way it really could is what you'd have to have a little bit of a longer World Series, because the ALCS went 7 games. I guess if we would have lost at home against Baltimore, it could have gotten extended out a little bit more. But there's not even going to be a lot of possibilities to break that record. Like, you would have to be losing a lot at home to go 11-0 on the road. All right, we keep going. Yeah, a lot of y'all talking about 11-0. Awesome. It's really unfathomable how good the Rangers were not at Globe Life. It's kind of interesting considering like how they've played the past 2 years. They kill it at Globe Life. Like right now, the Rangers have one of the best home records in baseball. One of the best home records in baseball. What are they? Like they've only lost 2 games. I think they've only lost 2 games at home this entire season. They are 10-2 at home. Is that the best record at home in baseball? No, Padres are 12-1, and the Dodgers are also 10-2 at home. So you've got Dodgers, Padres, Rangers, best record in baseball at home. Interesting. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much for the comments. Let me keep things rolling with the wrap-up of this game. So we talked a little bit about key players already. Josh Smith, total X factor in this one. Dolly, we already know he's going to end up being the MVP of this game-winning home run, walk-off. Siegs goes over, still hitting .304, but 1 walk in the game. Jock fixing to set the dubious, infamous record for at-bats without a hit in Rangers history. 2 more at-bats without a hit, and that's where Jock's going to be, unfortunately. We keep going. Josh Young 0 for 3. He's in a little bit of a tough stretch right now, it feels like. He's in a little bit of a tough stretch, but it's still looking good on the stat line. 304, 804 OPS. Higgy 2 for 3. He had a nice game today. Leote 0 for, average down to 200. I'd imagine we don't see Jock Peterson or Leote in the lineup tomorrow. At least that's what I'd like to see. Game was legit, as was yesterday. They were both great to watch. 100%. There are 150 games left. Not quite. Like I'm not like a math major, but I think we're down to $1.40. Does that change your opinion? Probably not. Some of y'all, we gotta wait like again 80 games until anybody can have an opinion, right? Seriously, some people will tell me that it's early until June. Like you can't have an opinion until June, I guess. I know I've made this joke before, so y'all that have already heard it, thanks for laughing anyways. Next. Appreciate all y'all. We got a little preview of the game tomorrow. Let's do a little preview of tomorrow's game. We talked about the bullpen. We talked about how good Jacob Webb, Robert Garcia were coming in, keeping the lead at 1. It was huge. It was everything. You need guys that can come in a deficit and keep the game exactly where it needs to stay in order for your team to have a chance late. Rangers against Glass now. 0 for 2 is Ezekiel Duran. Doubt we'll see him tomorrow. Dolly's 0 for 2. Heim 0 for 2. Higgy 1 for 3. Young 0 for 2. Jock, I don't think is going to play tomorrow, but Jock is 1 for 8. Probably a good day for him to sit. Kevin Pillar is 2 for 12. Don't think we'll probably see Pillar tomorrow. Seager is 0 for 3. Marcus Semien is 4 for 9 with 2 homers against Tyler Glasnow. Okay, Simi. Leote is 1 for 3 with a home run. I doubt we see Leote tomorrow, but maybe. You never know. Against Tyler Mahle, we've got some guys on the Dodgers actually with a good number of ABs. So Austin Barnes, don't think we'll see him. He's 1 for 1. Betts is 1 for 6. Conforto 1 for 2. Tommy Edman has pretty terrible numbers against Tyler Mahle. I think he is 2 for 23 or 3 for 23 lifetime against Mahle. Freddie Freeman low-key rakes off Mahle. It's looks like a 6 for 14 with a home run and 6 RBI. So maybe stay away from Freddie Freeman tomorrow, Tyler Mahle. Teo Hernandez is 1 for 3. Max Muncy is, I believe, 4 for 13. Miggy Rojas is 1 for 7. Rosario 1 for 6. Will Smith 3 for 8 with the homer. Chris Taylor is, I think, 6 for 17. So the guys to stay away from tomorrow, maybe Freddie Freeman as number 1. After that, Will Smith, and then Max Muncy. Those are probably the 3 guys that have burned Tyler Mahle the worst in the past. Tyler Mahle doing outstanding. Tyler Mahle doing really, really well in his last 3 starts. I fully expect him to come out and pitch well again. This is a very potent Dodgers lineup. Not having Shohei Ohtani helps. By the way, Rolando, this is all off MLB.com. I just go to MLB.com. You tap on preview, and then you get all of the numbers, career numbers for each guy on the roster against the probable starters. So you ever want to check this out, go ahead, go to MLB.com and just check out the preview. They do a really great job getting it all in one place. Tyler was on fire when he went to the game. Yeah, Tyler has been on fire, man. Let's give a little love to Tyler Mahle right now. So last 3 starts for Mahle. You've got 18 innings, 1 earned run. That's ridiculous. 18 innings for Tyler Mahle in his last 3 starts, 1 earned run. 18 strikeouts in 18 innings. And looks like he has allowed in those 18 innings a total of 11 base runners. 11 base runners in 18 innings. Is that good? Asking for a friend. Dude's been killing it. 0.92 ERA. Look, the first start, I know some Rangers fans were worried. I felt the same way about Mahle as I did about DeGrom. You had to give both of those guys a little bit of time. They haven't started. They haven't played a full season in a couple of years. Tyler Mahle, Jacob DeGrom, I'm hopeful are now fully in their sweet spot, in a groove. I don't think you're going to get 18 innings and 1 earned run from Tyler Mahle the entire season over the course of 3 starts, but I think you are going to get elite pitching from the Rangers' top 3 all year long. I think Tyler Mahle, DeGrom, Evo are really going to carry this pitching staff. And I'm not even mentioning Leiter, Rocker, Corbin, Gray, Bradford. Rangers have a ton of depth at pitcher. It really does make me wonder, is somebody going to get dealt at the deadline to fill a hole in the bullpen or to fill a hole in the starting lineup? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think, obviously, the young guys are getting dealt. Maybe a John Gray type. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just throwing that out there. It feels like 8 starting pitchers, though. Do you really need to have that many? And some of those guys are on expiring contracts. Might it make sense to improve the club in other areas and use one of the starting pitchers as bait? Y'all let me know what you think about that. Keep going. Huge W, agreed. Huge, huge W. Absolutely. Love it, man. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate the comment. Like, that was going to be a really frustrating L. Like, I don't think that we can really underscore enough how frustrating of a loss this would have been without that Adolis Garcia bomb. Like, you've got another quality start from Nate Eovaldi today. Yes, he was not great with the shutdown inning, and he's had problems with that. But Evo has been killing it this season. Outstanding from him so far. And you were going to see him take the loss tonight? Thank goodness for Adolis Garcia. This was going to be a depressing L. Regardless of all the positives you might have been able to glean, we lose this game 3-2. It would have been a very depressing loss for me to hop on here and chat with y'all about it. Appreciate that. Thank you for all the comments. Y'all really, really grateful. Y'all keep the show fresh. You keep it going. Thank you for all the support. Really means a lot. A bunch of y'all have followed since the live has been going on. Very humbling. Thank you. I mean that. Keep going. Let's see, what else did I miss? How long do I think, Ryu, what's good? How long do you think they keep trying with Jock? By the way, anytime I read a question, y'all feel free to answer it in the chat. I would love to hear your opinion. If I highlight a question, it's because, first of all, I want to make sure y'all are heard. But second, I think it's worth discussing. I think they're going to keep trying with Jock until probably June. If he is still hitting this bad and June 1st rolls around, I think they may have serious talks about going a different direction. I fully expect them to give him April and May with paying him $18.5 million. Jock is the third highest paid hitter on our club. You're not going to give up as a general manager. You're not going to give up on an $18.5 million investment after 2 or 3 weeks. Again, if we're talking like a guy who's been on the club for a while now, I would be more inclined to say they're going to make a quicker move. You just invested almost $19 million into Jock Peterson over the next 2 years. Yeah, I'm not thinking that they're going to admit that they were wrong 3 weeks in. They're going to ride that out a while. If it's still June and Jock is hitting under 100, I think at that point they might have a serious conversation. And they're going to be taking a lot of heat for that move. That is a lot of money. Look, you paid Jock Peterson $18.5 million. You could have paid Kirby Yates that. You could have paid Kirby Yates $13 million. You've got Jock Peterson instead. Did the Rangers need a bat, maybe more so than a closer? I think that's a great debate. What did the Rangers need more going into the season, a closer or a hitter? I probably, admittedly, would have been on the hitter side of things. I would have probably rather had a hitter, and you spend money on a hitter over a closer. In hindsight, I would have rather given Kirby Yates $13 million for a year than watch Jock Peterson do this. But maybe it's all going to be worth it when Jock Peterson is dropping bombs in October. When Jocktober is upon us, maybe we'll all be sitting around thankful that we actually spent the money on this contract. Until then, I think that Kirby Yates deal is looking pretty good for the Dodgers. No, I'm with you. Peterson does not need to be hitting top 5. I don't know why they continue to do it. There's no explainable reason. There's no logic that I'm ever going to understand why they have not dropped Jock Peterson below the 5-hole. You could hit him 6th. You could hit him 7th. You don't need to be hitting him top 5 right now. Absolutely not. Hey, Jay Wally, appreciate the follow. No, this comment, and look, I'm not going to read out the whole username, but comment is, dude, let's not forget Josh Smith's double. Those of y'all that have been on the live since I first got on, y'all know I gave Josh Smith some love, so vouch for me. I gave Josh Smith a lot of love, and I said, my exact quote was, X Factor. Josh Smith is literally seemingly involved with every late inning comeback win that we have. He's done it multiple times this season. Late innings, big double. He did it in Cincinnati. He did it in another series. What was that series that he had? It was the one, it felt like when we came back home from Cincinnati. Was that the Rays series? Felt like in the Rays series, he had another late inning moment in the 9th inning. Maybe I'm getting that wrong, but Josh Smith has had his fingerprints all over late inning wins for the Rangers. So 100%. Not going to forget about Josh at all. I am thinking, Zach, Josh Smith jersey might be next on the list. Josh Smith jersey may be the next cop. It might be. I'm trying to think who else I would want over Josh Smith at this point. He's got to be up there, like guys who I would want jersey. I've got Seager, and look, that's the only legit jersey that I have is Corey Seager. I'm more of a jersey guy myself, but if I'm going to invest in a jersey, I have got to be 100% all in on that player, and I love me some Corey Seager. Josh Smith is slowly potentially entering into jersey buy territory. I think that I might need to get something different. I've got the white right now. I'm debating, do I go City Connect in the last year? Oh, do you go gold jersey? Do I get something to match the gold hat? I don't know. This is a tough decision, man. These are the tough decisions in life. What jersey do I get next? The Adolis Championship jersey. Oh, Zach, Evo. Evo, that could be a good one. And Evo's going to be around for a while. DeGrom has how many years left? DeGrom has a couple. Look, I love Jacob DeGrom. I just need a little bit more, I think, time with him before I make the plunge with the jersey. Jacob DeGrom, baby blue jersey, I think would go pretty hard. Jacob DeGrom, baby blue jersey. But I need a little more time. And how many years does DeGrom have left? Is it 2 years? Is it this year and next year? Or do we have a third year? I don't know on the fly. But for me, I would probably be much more apt to go Evo over DeGrom at this point. You could go with an up-and-comer, Jack Leiter. I think right now it's Josh Smith and Evo for me to start. Ryu, Josh Smith, I do feel like is getting a lot more coverage. Underrated, though, I think, in terms of baseball and the game itself and the casual fan. Not a lot of people know Josh Smith. I think Rangers fans, especially the diehards, there's no underrating going on. I think anybody that's watched a lot of Rangers games this year knows how big of an impact Josh Smith has been in the lineup. So nobody's underrating him, I don't think, here in these lives. But I do think the baseball world in general, more noise should be made about Josh Smith. Dude's a silver slugger. He faded a little bit at the end of 2024. It wasn't going well for the club in general. Josh Smith had never played that many games. I think that might be a reason why he's not talked about a little bit more to begin the season. But nobody's underrating him around here. Absolutely not. Natalie, the Langford powder blue. The Langford powder blue. That one I might just have to put on the list. Langford powder blue. Man, I got a birthday coming up in about a week's time here, y'all. Maybe I'm going to have to put in that request with the wife real quick when I get done with the show. That might be the next thing. Keep going. Kirby Yates did kind of gift us this one today a little bit. He did kind of gift this one. Daniel, appreciate you turning in, man. Why was Wyatt not activated? Did any of y'all figure that out? I just assumed it was they were trying to give him just maybe an extra day. He had played a couple in a row at Frisco. I don't think there was any crazy complicated reason. I think they just wanted to give him an extra day. He just played at Frisco last night. And I think maybe you knew you were going to bench Jock on Sunday. So, hey, perfect. Are they being careful with Jock's feelings, though? Is that why they did the, hey, we're going to give Jock the day off, Langford comes back? It just kind of makes sense. I don't know. It's a fine line. It is a fine line. We keep going. Appreciate all y'all. They need to bring back the red jerseys 100%. I told y'all, I saw a red hat yesterday, a red Rangers hat. I love those red Rangers hats. Feels like they don't wear those anymore either. Am I just like totally like brain cramping here? Feels like they don't wear the red hats hardly ever. I mean, I don't know, maybe. Is it the Sunday jerseys where they wear the red hats? Okay. I totally was blanking on that if that's the regular Sunday hat, but I love the red hats. I wish they would bring red hat, red jersey back. I really do. That could be a cool concept for City Connect. 2 years after this is DeGrom. Rolando, appreciate that, man. You can never go wrong with the powder, with the baby blue, powder blue, whatever you want to call it. Y'all can translate. You can't go wrong with those. I love those baby blue jerseys. Love them. So for me, I think my next one is probably either going to be City Connect because they're going away from it. Might need to get me a City Connect jersey before they do away with them. And then I think after that, powder blue. City Connects are hard to find, but you could probably custom order, can't you? I would think you could probably do a custom order. Yep. Jake Berger. Yeah, Berg has got to figure it out, man. Him and Peterson, I think they're on a lot of Rangers fans list right now. They have got to start figuring it out. Berger, 188. Not as bad as 055 from Jock, but Zach, you're out on the powder blues? My wife doesn't like them either. My wife does not like the powder blues either. I don't know why. Every time I ask, I'm like, what's the deal? She's like, I don't know. I just don't like them. It's preference. I had to have, Natalie says, had to have them special made at the stadium, get a plain jersey, go to the counter. There you go. That might be what I have to do, although I don't know if they're going to do the City Connects anymore in the stadium after this year. Maybe. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to hop off. We did the preview for tomorrow. Rangers have an opportunity to win this series. Look, you got Tyler Mahle on the bump. I think you got to feel almost as good as you did today with Evo, with how well Tyler Mahle's pitched. So I feel, I would say, quietly confident the Rangers carry this momentum into Sunday's game and maybe get a series win here. We've been real. They're fortunate to not have to face Shohei in this series. Congrats to Shohei, by the way. I got the notification. Him and his wife welcomed their first child today. Congrats to Shohei. And I'll make the joke again. Congrats to Rangers pitching as well. You don't have to face the best hitter in the game, Shohei Ohtani. We'll take it. We will take it. I know maybe some Rangers fans were like, man, I bought this ticket and I wanted to watch Shohei. I think I'd rather see 2 out of 3 wins. I'm not saying Shohei is playing and the Dodgers win today, but you never know. Shohei's that good. So I think Rangers might be able to get out of this series with 2 out of 3. And then you're going 5-1 on the week. Hey, Gio, if you're still hanging out, we did say at the beginning of this week, 4-2. And the Rangers have achieved that. 4-2, you'll take that every time. They won 3 against the Angels, 1 against the Dodgers. At worst, they're going 4-2 this week. At best, they're going 5-1. Mission accomplished. You go 4-2 every week, a lot of good things are going to happen. And I do think that's kind of how you have to take it with this club. Even if we drop the game tomorrow, you went 4-2 this week. That's a really good week. Spida Bombi doing Bombi things. Yes, sir. JT, Simi, I would love to see hit 5th or 6th in the order. I would love to see him move out of the leadoff spot, put Wyatt Langford or Josh Smith up there instead. Appreciate all y'all that followed. Appreciate all the likes going on right now, too. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. Hey, do me a favor. If you're watching right now on TikTok and you know somebody that is a freaking diehard Rangers fan or just loves the game of baseball, share the live with them. Think of somebody when you get off today, when we get off the channel, off the live today, share one of my videos with them. I would really appreciate it. We have been growing like exponentially over the last 3-4 weeks since the season began. Blessed, grateful, but a big part of that is y'all. So thank you. Again, share the live with somebody. Share one of my shorts or one of my reels with somebody. I'll probably put out another video tonight at some point, maybe later tonight after things calm down around here a little bit. And then tomorrow we'll be going live to close out the series. So tomorrow's game looks like game time is at 1:35 Texas time, 11:35 for me. I know we got a lot of Easter stuff going on tomorrow with the fam. Probably should still be able to go live after the game is over or pretty quick. Happy Easter, by the way, to everybody celebrating. If I don't see you tomorrow, hopefully I'll catch y'all on Tuesday. I think the Rangers are off on Monday, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think we got an off day on Monday. And then we are back on Tuesday against who? Who is it on Tuesday? We've got the A's on Tuesday. All right, cool. So we got the A's out in Sacramento starting on Tuesday. Monday is an off day. So that'll be good. That'll be great. All right, y'all. Anthony, what's good? El Bombi, indeed. What would be my batting lineup? Let me give this to y'all real quick. Last thing. Batting lineup for me. Josh Smith, Wyatt Langford, Corey Seager. 1, 2, 3. After that, Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, Marcus Semien. After that, I think you go Jake Berger, Heimer Higgy. That one's tough. I could go Heimer Higgy 7, Jake Berger 8, and then Dustin Harris 9. That's the lineup. Like it, love it, let me know. But I'm going to sign off for today. I appreciate all y'all hanging out. Thank you so much again for all the comments, the follows, the likes. It means a lot. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Blessed Easter tomorrow if you're celebrating. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.